Okay, y'all. Well, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for hopping on tonight and carving out a little bit of your night to spend with us. So I'm Allie, and I'm going to kick us off with a little intro, and we'll get going. What can you expect tonight? Well, y'all, you can expect to hear a couple stories of some real people with real busy lives that said yes to some supplements and said yes to sharing them. And we are going to ask y'all for a little bit of participation. So each one of us is going to end our little chat time with a question. So the more response you give us in the comments, the better, because we do have some Amazon gift cards for those of you that were on here live and engaging with us. So my name is Allie, and a little bit about me. I have been a nurse for, like 14 years. I can't even count at this point. And so before I started these supplements, I had two little ones, 3 and 3 months old. And I had actually spent my entire maternity leave after having my second baby trying to figure out what I was going to do for work. Our plan with childcare was not working out. And so I thought I was going back full-time days, and that was not going to happen. So the solution we came to was Allie's going to go back part-time night shift, and I was dreading it. But it was the best solution at the time. And meanwhile, I'm not the kind of person that loses weight breastfeeding, y'all. I just don't. I'm the big one who all I lose is my baby. And people are like, oh, when's your baby due? And he's 3 months old in a car seat next to me. I'm like, well, there's not another one. He's here. And so the reality was I was bloated. I was craving all the carbs and sugar in sight, and I was dragging through my days. Those were really my main reasons why, after watching my friend for an entire year, I said, okay, I'm willing to give this a go. Did we have any extra budget for these supplements? Absolutely not. We did not. And so my friend had shared with me, hey, you can share with other people and you can get the cost of your products covered. And I kind of like lobbed that away, like, yeah, okay. I don't really want to do that. But the desperation of how I was feeling led me to, gosh, I really do need to give these a try. So that way I can either say they work and they help me, or they don't. So that it's like, all right, I'm desperate and I will open my mouth. Because the reality was working night shift, y'all, I had done it when I was a new nurse, but coming back 7 years later with 2 kids, it was not the same. I was dragging. And I feel like that opportunity cost was bigger this time around. And so I thought, shoot, if I can at least get my products paid for, this will be worth a little bit of my time. And what I did is I posted, y'all. I did a post. I just put it out there. I was terrified. I think I peed 17 times before that post, but I did it. And what I found was that I had some really supportive friends that were already taking Plexus that I didn't even know, and other people who I didn't even realize were on the struggle bus with me, who either commented on that post or I saw them at work and they were like, hey, tell me what you're doing, because I think I need that. And I was like, oh my gosh, people really need this. I'm glad I opened my mouth. And so what started as that first month, finding 3 friends to do this with me, it ended up being 2 coworkers and a mom friend is who it was. I was like, okay, sweet. So I've got my products covered for the next few months. And then it kind of morphed to like, what if this could allow me to work less at the hospital, to be away from my kids more? So my why definitely changed. And after a few years of sharing consistently, and building my own belief in all of this, I was able to leave the hospital, y'all, and I've been able to be home with my kiddos, and this is legit income for our family. So here is my question, and I'm going to pass it on to Christy. What are your 3 reasons, or a couple reasons, why you've either started Plexus or you're thinking about starting Plexus? Whether it's health, whether it's finances, drop those in the chat for us. And then I'm going to kick it over to Christy. Christy's drinking that Restore. I see you.
I'm trying. It's last one. Almost done. Hello, everyone. So for those of you that don't know me, my name's Christy. Not Cookie Sugar Plum if you logged on earlier and that was my name on Zoom. We had a game for Christmas and I apparently didn't change my name. But So I originally started these products 4 years ago, and I loved how it was making me feel. It was absolutely amazing. Um, could not afford them. I was with another network marketing company at the time and felt that obviously sharing and possible conflict there, didn't want to get in trouble because that was a good source of income for me at the time. So I wasn't sharing. So I just stopped taking the supplements because I couldn't afford them. The company that I was with at the time was jewelry, um, not conflicting with gut health, but in my head, I could not do both. Um, I had originally started with that other company because I needed extra income. I was working 50 plus hours a week as a paramedic. I was picking up overtime to try to supplement more. Our daughter was in daycare. I was never home, but we needed both incomes to pay bills, and we were drowning in our bills and figuring out which bills could we skip this month and float till the next month, and then you're never catching back up and you're always behind, and that's kind of where we were at the time. Really the only opportunity that was presented to me was this jewelry company. I wasn't being presented with any other opportunity, so I just took the first thing that was shown and was like, hey, you can make money, this is really easy. I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I had no support. My upline, there was no trainings. There was not a whole lot of encouragement. It was just like, well, you need to go live, and that's the only way you're going to make money. I was not a person on social media before that. I like to scroll and watch other people and maybe post pictures of my family for family that was out of town, that lived in different states, just so they could keep tabs on what we were doing and what we were up to. And that was it. And so going live was foreign to me. That was not nope, not going to do it. So I sat on my jewelry for about a month and a half before I realized, well, I just bought this giant kit full of money. I just spent this money on my credit card that I don't have, and I'm not doing anything with it. And so I had to figure it out all on my own. I had to figure out how to go live. I had to figure out how to sell jewelry. I had to figure out all the things. I had a team when I left that company of 58 people, and I had to figure it all out on my own. And that was very stressful. That was very exhausting. So when I left that company, I was completely against network marketing. I was like, there's no way I'm ever doing that again. That was way too much. I found out that when I wasn't a paramedic anymore and I had to take that over as my full-time job, that I was working more hours at home doing that than what I was doing as a paramedic, between buying the inventory, categorizing the inventory, showing the jewelry, putting the jewelry into people's bins as they were claiming them, invoicing them. I had to package the jewelry. I had to ship the jewelry. I had to take it to the post office. I had to do all of that by myself. And granted, I made decent money, but I was literally working 24/7, and it was not sustainable. And I was burning the candle at both ends. I wanted to be home. I was home, but I wasn't present. So when I left that, I was done. I was like, there's no way, there's got to be a better way. I can't do that anymore. And then, yeah, trust me, it's a lot. And then had our son, and trying to figure out, okay, well, how am I going to make money now? And then that year was not so great with him not sleeping and wanting to breastfeed 24/7, and I was exhausted. I was heavier than I was at the end of the year after he was born than when I was pregnant with him, and I was miserable. And so I reached out to my friend Allie again and was like, hey, you still on these products? Because I knew that they worked before. I did them before. I just couldn't afford them then. Knew I couldn't afford them now, but I knew I needed something. So I was kind of in that, I'm desperate. I know this works. I've got to figure it out. And I had it in my head that, well, I was going to have to figure it out on my own, because that's just what I've always had to do. And coming into this community and realizing that I don't have to figure it out all on my own, like, was such like a breath of fresh air. I can go to almost anyone, ask a question. They're going to help me out. Like, no questions asked, not like, well, why aren't you talking to your sponsor? I could go to anybody and be like, hey, I need help with this. Hey, what would you say about this? Like, having help with messaging people. having help with reaching out to people, having help on, what to post or what to talk about or how to say certain things, or, hey, someone's interested in, this. What do I say? Like, I don't have to know everything. I don't have to figure it out on my own. And knowing that was such a breath of fresh air and such like a stress reliever, that like knowing that this community is so together and so willing to help each other out and so willing to support each other and encourage each other and help each and every one of us succeed, like literally has been life changing for me. I've been doing this a year now. I'm no expert. I mean, I still don't know a lot about all of the products and, what does what sometimes. And I know that that doesn't matter. I know that I can still have conversations. I can still help people feel better because I have all of these other amazing women that are behind my back, that are cheering me on, that are there to be resources for me. Or if they don't know, they'll ask someone else, or they'll point me in the right direction to show me where I need to find the information. And that has been so amazing, which is one of the reasons why I was like, okay, I think I can do this. Because if it was anything like it was before, I wouldn't still be here right now. There's no way, because that almost killed me. Like, that was too much. So that's a little bit about me and why I am here. And my question to you is, if you had support and the tools that you needed to be successful, I want you to drop in the chat, how open would you be to giving this a try? So number 1 through 5, 1 being not likely at all, not interested, 5 being absolutely, I'm in. And then I'm going to pass it off to Michelle.
Thank you, Christy. And I'm seeing you guys comment in the chat. Thank you so much. Christy is going to draw a name from all of those that are commenting, and we have a fun Amazon gift card to give away to someone. My name is Michelle, and I am a 45-year-old mom to 5 kids. My kids are 21 all the way down to 12. And my oldest son, is going to turn 20 on Sunday, and I'm just not well with that. So I started Plexus 6 years ago, and I was 39. I was getting close to 40. And what I saw in the trajectory of my health was not encouraging. I did not feel 39. I felt old. I didn't think that I should feel that way because I was going, oh, sorry, something came up. There's something that's saying that I'm speaking in Spanish. Does everyone hear me okay? I do not speak Spanish. Okay, thanks. That just was weird. Okay. So, side note, it's okay. I have lots of kids. I know how to pivot. It's fine. But I knew that I was doing things already that were healthy. I was exercising regularly. I was eating pretty well. And I just would wake up in the morning, my feet would hit the floor. I would wince because my feet hurt. And then I would plan how I would take a nap later that day because I was exhausted by mid-afternoon. And so I knew that there was some gap in my health between what I was doing and how I felt. And as I researched things, because that's the kind of person I am, I found that the connection was gut health. And so I reached out to my cousin Tracy, who is here. Actually, she reached out to me, and I finally responded after about 6 months. And, and I said, okay, I want to hear more about this. And what's funny about that is I was here for feeling better. I was already doing some things to create extra income for our family. What I didn't mention is that my husband and I have been married for about, over 26 years now. And for all of our marriage, most of our marriage, we have been in ministry of some kind. And so we have lived off of mostly his income, and it is a pastor's salary, which, you don't go into that for the money, friends. And so I was already doing a lot of things to close the gap between what we needed and what we had. And those things were like donating blood plasma regularly. Did you know that you could get paid for that? I did. I was teaching group fitness classes. I was doing tutoring online early in the morning before my kids got up. I was already doing some things to close the gap. So when Tracy told me about the referral program, it was a no-brainer. I was absolutely going to be sharing about the products I was taking because I knew that it would not only help people, but it could offset the cost of what I was going to pay. And we didn't have any of that margin in our budget. Um, when when I say we didn't have margin, I mean we did not have margin. We could barely make ends meet every week. We had if unexpected things came up, y'all, it was stressful. It was stressful when a tire blew out. It was stressful when one of the kids would be sick and I would have to think about, do I need to take him to the doctor or can we hold out a little more? Those things created a lot of stress in our life. And we just didn't say yes to things. We had to say no to a lot of things just simply because we didn't have the resources for those things. A lot of those things were the extras, like the family vacation. We are a family that lives in Tennessee. Our family vacation was going to visit them. And so that was just the life that we lived. A lot of no, not right now. No, we don't have money for that. Um, and that is just how we lived. That was what we were used to. Once I started sharing Plexus, not only did I see the potential it had for helping other people in their health, but also saw the potential that it had to impact our family and the future that we had. Now, I am a teacher at heart, and that was my like vocation before I started staying home with our kids. And I felt really comfortable just simply sharing my experience, sharing what I had learned, and then letting it be up to the person to decide if that was something that was a good fit for them. I didn't feel like I was selling anything. I didn't put pressure on anybody. That's not who I am anyway. I was simply educating people. I was sharing knowledge and then allowing them to make a decision. And you guys, that feels like so much more like service than selling anything. Um, I would I would not be able to do this with good conscience, trying to pressure people into doing things they didn't need to do. And so this felt very much in alignment with the values that I have and also the things that are important to me and my family. Now, as I was sharing information and like letting people know the connection between gut health and hormones or gut health and weight, all of that stuff, one thing I did was I would host events. And now I didn't do this on my own at first. I had Tracy, I had other people on our team really equip me to host an event, maybe a Facebook party, maybe a Facebook Messenger event, where we just simply shared information and they gave me the tools that I needed every step of the way. And y'all, there were so many people, when they saw connections, they knew that this was the right thing for them. And that is the impact that you can have with this opportunity. I will never forget when my friend Sandy, her husband, came up to me at church and he said, "Thank you for giving me my wife back." And y'all, like all I did was share what I was doing and give her some information. She was the one who said yes. She was the one who changed her life. Um, and what I want to share with you tonight is, what does that look like when you start sharing these products? And many of you are new to Plexus, so I'm going to have Tracy share this this infographic here because I want you to see this. Um, This is impactful in my opinion because I just really didn't know what was at stake. Now, this is just the easiest way to see it. Um, when you start sharing Plexus with other people, what you'll realize is that there are people in your life that need this and they know they need this, and it's a real easy win. Like, yes. When I first started, my mom joined me pretty immediately. I had another church friend that joined me in it, and then another friend. Um, and that was enough to really cover the cost of the products that I was using myself. Now look at this many. This is going to be because we have some special incentives for the month of January for new people. And there's words down here that you're not going to understand, and that's okay. You don't have to. I want you to see the bottom line because I'm a bottom line kind of a person. Each of those people, these are people. they're going to get impacted in their health, and you are going to get a referral bonus for helping them, for taking time to help them. And at the end of the day, if you help 3 people get started, you're going to get this really cute Stanley Dupe cup and $350. That would be, gosh, when our tire blew out, that was the repair that I needed. It was about $300. When you do this with more people, it increases exponentially. You guys, 6 people, if you shared this and 6 people said, oh my gosh, yes, y'all, look at that, $880. Are you kidding me? That is what you could earn. What if you could do that, you guys, by the end of next week? Okay. Is that an emergency vet bill, like Meredith said hers was? Is that the vacation that you haven't been able to take? Is that paying off some credit cards from Christmas? Is that giving your kids a yes when you've had to say no to the sports that they want to do? That was me. Finally getting to say yes to things again. I want you to take a look at this chart, because you guys, these numbers are people, and people are really important to us. But you are really important to us, and you being able to say yes to things is really important to us too. What could it do for your family to have an extra $300 to $800 in your pocket next weekend? You guys, I want you in the chat. What would you do with an extra $300 to $800 in your pocket by the end of next week? What would you do with that? Maybe you're like, I would sleep better. That's what I would do, Michelle. I would sleep better. That's what keeps us up at night, right, guys? I want you to drop that in the chat, and that is going to be the question that will enter you into a drawing for a $10 Amazon card. And you guys, I just want you to see the possibility there. There was a lot of times where I just didn't have hope that things could change, because I was just used to what I was used to. I know, I'm telling you, when I was able to take our family on our first vacation a few years ago, I'm gonna get so emotional. My husband looked at me multiple times during that trip, and he just said, thank you, thank you. And our family just has this memory now, and it has impacted us on such a deep level. There are so many things I could talk about, but you guys, here's what I want you to know, that this is something that is attainable for you if you are willing, and you can see these people around you. We want to help you do that. And what I wonder tonight is, as you're considering those people that you could impact, that dollar amount that you could have, I want you to know, if you're open to learning the steps that it would take to do that right now, I just want you to put that in the chat. Put that word steps. Like, I'm open. I am open. I'm curious. I have some questions, but you spark something. Just type that word in there. And some of us that are watching are going to take note of it. And the person that invited you, they're invested. They're invested in you. Okay. All of us here that talk tonight, there is nothing magical about us. We just had a need, and we saw an opportunity, and you can too. So I just want to say thank you so, so much for being with us tonight. Continue, you guys, writing in the comments steps if you're interested. And I know we're all looking at those names and super thankful for you guys. Just know you're not committing to anything except for just getting a little bit more info, getting a next step. Okay, that's what we're here for. Reach out to the person that invited you. Make sure they know you wrote steps in the chat, okay? All right. Thanks so much. You guys are so wonderful. I appreciate all your faces and all the chat info and all the conversation. As we go tonight, I just want to, again, thanks for being here. And are we going to give away $10 gift cards?
Yes, I was like, Michelle, do not yet.
Do it.
Gift cards to give away. Okay. Well, I looked through all the people that answered my question, and Tammy Lundgren, you are the winner of my Amazon gift card. Ooh, ooh. I'm so excited. Send me your email, girl. I'll send it to you. And then Christy, you go next.
Yeah, I looked through everyone who commented a number, and Elena Peterson, you're our winner. Yay! So yeah, I just need your email address.
Okay, and I just scanned through really quick, and I saw Jennifer Petros. Yeah, okay, Jennifer, Okay, you tell the person who invited you, give them your email address so that we can get you your Amazon gift card. Woo, woo, that was super fun.
Yes, I love it.
All right, Allie, close us out, babe.
Okay. Well, y'all, thank you for being on here. Yes. If your friend that invited you has not reached out to you by tomorrow, I'd be like, hey, I commented steps, because we are ready to link arms and help you guys. What we do here is so simple. It takes a little bit of intentionality, but it gets so fun. That first friend that you help impact their lives, and you start getting those messages from them saying how much better that they're feeling, and just having somebody in this with you, y'all. There's nothing like it. And y'all, the opportunity is endless. So it starts here, but thank you for being on. We're going to have this call every Thursday. So if you tonight thought about somebody that came to your heart and to your mind, y'all invite them next week. We would love to have them on here. We are super passionate about continuing to share what we have, because we know it's incredible, and we know a lot of people still have not heard about it. So y'all have a great night. Thanks for hopping on, and we'll see you guys later.